Hi there, I'm IBK with TCLN Network. I want to remind you that tomorrow is your day to vote. So listen, guys, it's November the 4th. You need to get out there, especially if you in Texas. Now, if you come across this and you're in Texas, remember there are 17 propositions that you need to be looking into. Now, you know, with all that's been going on with schools and how people are up in the uproar with some of the things that are being taught to their children in school, some of the things that are going on. It could have anything to do with religion, sexuality, and all these different kinds of things. If you believe that you are a parent, that you should stay in control in that, and on top of that, in Texas, you want to make sure that your constitutional rights as a parent is intact, and you want to make sure that you have those rights and no one else is having that control, especially the government. You need to be voting Proposition 15. Do you hear me? Voting Proposition 15 for. Now, if you're into making sure that as a U.S. citizen, you want to make sure that all people who vote are actually U.S. citizens, you need to be voting for Proposition 16. And if you're one of those types of people, you're more worried about your safety, you're more worried about what's going on in your communities with police being out there, with crime and criminals and people getting being bailed out, you need to be looking at Proposition 3. Now, again, there are 17 propositions. Those are just three that I named. Guys, make sure that you go to votetexas.org, or you can go to lwvtexas.org. That's the League Women Voters, Texas.org. At the League of Women Voters, I love them so much. They always put out publications where you can look at what is going on, who you are voting for, what you are voting for, or what you are voting against. They give you nothing but the details. They're nonpartisan. Guys, go ahead and check it out. And I want to remind you, okay? Let me give you a quick example. I'm out of Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is the Proposition Q example, right? So I'm giving you that. Now, in Austin, Proposition Q is a tax rate election measure for the city of Austin on November 4th, 2025 ballot. And what this does, this will increase tax approving the ad valorem tax rate of 0.57 4017 per 100 valuation in the city of Austin for the current year, a rate that is 0.5% or $0.5 or whatever they call it, really per 100 valuation. Okay, so what that means is that they're looking into homeowners and they're saying, look, there are homeless people, there's all kind of housing situations that we need to fix, all of this, and we want to raise your property taxes so we can help cover that. Now, are you for it? Are you against it? That's up to you. If you are a homeowner, I would definitely be in the house on November 4th if you have not done early elections, okay? Also, what I want to tell you is that this, according to this, it helps expands programs to increase housing affordability, reduce homelessness, new emergency shelter beds, and rapid rehousing. It improves parks and recreation facilities and services, enhances public health services and public safety, ensure financial stability, the city general fund, and maintain expend. I'm sorry expand current services. Okay, so that's just an example of some of the things you'll be voting for or against when it comes to Proposition Q right here in Austin, Texas. Within Texas alone, you're looking at 17 constitutional amendments that they're looking into that you can either vote for or against. Guys, you really need to look into this, right? These things affect you whether you are a voter or not. So you might as well go ahead, look at League of Women Voters, read over those 17 propositions. It's probably one of those things in there, I'm telling you, is going to speak to you. And you might want to get down there November 4th if you have not already and get your name on that ballot and get it going, okay? Now, I want to give you a little bit of my input. If I was a homeowner, which I am not right now, but if I was, would I want my taxes to be higher, right? I'm not going to lie, I probably would not in today's economy. And the reason being is because there are so many various reasons that homelessness is going on. And the more that there is homelessness, the more you're going to keep wanting to raise housing taxes. Sometimes you may need to look at a different type of budget, a different type of ideas, different types of expansions. And the reason being, in this, like I said, in this today's economy, that may not be the best decision, right? Because then you're gonna start putting homeowners into a bind, and now they just not gonna be feeling that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They just not. I know I wouldn't if I was a homeowner. And plus, you have to look at the many causes of homelessness. I know that people like to contribute homelessness is to mental illness, or people on drugs, or people to that. Trust me, there are a lot of people that go through homelessness that has nothing to do with that. You understand what I'm saying? And it could be job loss, it could be a plethora of things. And I am here to tell you, with Amazon coming up, all of those jobs layoffs that are about to come up, you're talking about UPS, the same thing. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. And that's going to put a strain on taxpayers. So I think that you may need to kind of consider, um, I believe it would be what type of income bracket you would be in. You understand what I'm saying? Some people may can afford that. A lot of people may cannot. Okay, so I would check into that, and I would look at Proposition Q, and I would say, what are some of the other things that we can do with the budget? What are some of the other ways? What are some other ideas that we can come up with that can help with those types of issues? Right? It's all about innovation. It's all about creativity. It's all about think tanks putting their head together, but it's not about inconveniencing one so that someone else can be okay. And what I mean by that is that if you can afford it, fine, because then it's not an inconvenience, and you're spreading the wealth and you're spreading the love, right? But like I said, in this today's economy, that will be maybe for a lot of people an inconvenience. So that's just my input. You ain't got to agree. I'm just saying, get down there to that November 4th election and do what you need to do. Bye, guys. You have a wonderful one, okay?